What's up, dudes? I'm the Dominicator, also known as Master Dominic, and in this video I'm going to hypnotize you to motivate you to get into the gym. As in all of my videos, you will be commanded to leave a comment at the end while hypnotized, so go ahead and log into an account that you can use for that. Mute any distractions, and continue when you're ready to get hypnotized. Alright, dudes, so to begin, look at the spiral in front of you, and just listen to the sound of my voice. And as you listen to the sound of my voice, the more that you do, the more that you find that it relaxes you. Each and every word is just such a wonderful, wonderful drip and drop of a mind-melting pleasantness that just drips on top of the surface of your mind, and that just relaxes you. And there's something about it that just feels so good. Nice and wonderful, mind-melting and relaxing feeling and flavor from the sound of my voice. A wonderful, wonderful tone and texture about it. Something just so wonderful, warm, and masculine, and dominant about it. The more that you listen to it, the more that you already feel the feeling of a sporty, a masculine feeling that just continues to drip and drop on top of your mind, along with that wonderful, mind-melting pleasantness. A feeling of an excitement and anticipation, a drive and a desire already, building inside of you even more, with each and every passing moment and each and every word, as you just continue to gaze at the spiral in front of you, and as you just continue to listen to the sound of my voice. The more that you do, the more that you can already feel yourself turning and twisting, morphing and shifting and shaping, and so much that it fills you with a drive and a desire to want to get into the gym, but that drive and desire will build up even more the further down and the faster down that you go into an even more relaxed and even more passive state of mind. Well, already, right now, it just feels like each and every single iteration of that spiral in front of you is just like a stair on an escalator that takes you down even further into that even more relaxed and passive in a dream-like state. Down even further. And the further down that you go, the more that it just feels like your mind is getting even closer and closer into the gym. And at the same time, you feel the sporty, the masculine, the dominant tone and texture of my voice as it just continues to wrap and coil around you and around your mind. And that just feels so wonderfully good. So wonderfully good, the feeling of a coach, a mentor, a master that you have to follow and obey even. Something that pulls you, that draws you, that magnetizes you even more and even closer to the gym. As you feel yourself just floating down even further, down that escalator. And the further down that you go, the better and better that you feel. The more that you feel that wonderful, pleasant, and mind-melting relaxation, as your very thoughts, cares and worries and stresses and tensions all just melt away. They all just melt away, leaving you feeling even better and better. And you feel such a wonderful and a heavy, mind-melting feeling on top of your mind and on top of your eyelids as well. They could just close down at any moment. At any moment when it just feels better to close your eyes than to keep them open, then you'll close them as you continue to drift and to fall and to drop and to sink even more into the wonderful and pleasant and mind-melted relaxation of my voice. And as you keep going down that escalator even right now, it feels like you're sinking down into a wonderful and a silky and smooth fluid, a fluid that is made from the sound of my voice and my influence. And the more that you do, the more that it just feels like you're sinking, soaking it up, and seeping into the surface of your skin. And as you feel it seeping into you, you feel that motivation, that sportiness, as it becomes even more a part of you. There's something about it all just feels so good, so nice, so wonderful and so wonderfully mind-melting that you could just drift into a nice and pleasantly relaxed and a dreamlike state. So now count all the way from 1 to 10, and as I do, then you'll feel yourself going down, all the way down that escalator through the wonderful warm hot tub that is the sound of my voice. And you'll feel even more with each and every number of that awesome and powerful, dominant masculine influence that just draws you and pulls you even more and more into the gym, even more and more to do what you ought to be doing. Well, now then, just beginning with 1, as you feel the escalator pulling you down even more, there's a kind of gravity about it. And 2, as it takes you even further down through a wonderful, luxuriant feeling, a texture of the sound of my voice. And 3, even more now, as the escalator begins to take on stripes. Every one stair is white and the other is black. And now 4, as you continue to go down them, the further down that you go, the more that your very thoughts all just melt away. And 5, as you feel more and more of that magnetism pulling you towards the gym. Though you go down faster, everything else around you somehow becomes even slower. And 6, as you feel even more and more of a feeling of strength that surges inside of your body somehow, even as it relaxes, the more that your mind just melts, the more that your mind just relaxes, the more that it builds up an intensity and an energy inside of the muscles and the muscle fibers of your body. And 7, as you float even more deeply into the wonderful feeling of just being and belonging in the gym. 8, as you feel even more of my presence, the wonderful warm and masculine dominant sporty presence of a coach, a mentor, a master all around you. And the more that you do, the further down that you go. And 9, almost all the way down into the gym where you belong. And now 10, and now you find yourself surrounded by gym equipment inside of a gym. And there's a wonderful feeling of belonging here, a wonderful feeling that this is the place where you needed to be and where you needed to go. And that now you're doing exactly what it is that you're supposed to be doing, exactly what it is that you should be doing. And that's a good feeling to have. Something that just feels so good that you feel wonderful waves of pleasantness that just course and surge and that crash all throughout your mind and in fact all throughout your body. Already it feels like you've taken so many steps closer to meeting all of your fitness goals, whatever they may be, to become even stronger, to get even bigger, more muscular, to become even fitter. Already you're here inside of the gym and exactly where you're supposed to be, exactly where you should be. And there's something as well, that wonderful, warm and masculine, that dominant influence, a tone and texture of the sound of my voice, that just continues to draw you, to pull you, to magnetize you even more, even further, to do exactly what you should. The more that you feel it, the better and better that you feel. The better that you feel, and the more that you just feel all the good and the positive feelings of the exercise as they all just trickle throughout each and every single cell of your body. And no matter what it is that you do in the gym, whether it's lifting or cardio, maybe some stretching, maybe some other types of exercises, well, perhaps you're there to lift. Perhaps you're there to do some bench presses. Well, as you navigate right over to the bench and accept the weight in your hands, you feel that explosive, surge of an energy and excitement and enthusiasm, knowing that for each and every single one of these you do, that you'll come even closer and closer to meeting your fitness goals. As you take the weight on your hand, you already feel such a powerful rush, feeling of the musculature inside of your body as it takes on a new form. And as you bring the weight down steadily before you push it up, then you feel the engagement of power, a surging feeling, an electric, crackling feeling, right along the back of your neck and all through the muscles of your body. And there's an explosive force of power, a fiery feeling inside of you that propels the pushing up of that weight. As you push it up, and the more that you do, the more you feel such a powerful force inside of your own body, pushing it up. Something about it just feels so wonderful and so good. And just like that, and before you even know it, you're doing one repetition after another. Each and every repetition that you do just has such a wonderful quality about it. Just makes you feel so good, so nice, so wonderful, somehow so mentally relaxed as your body becomes even more and more engaged. And as you go through repetition by repetition and set by set, you just have such a nice and a happy, a satisfied and a fulfilled feeling, knowing that you're doing exactly what it is that you should be doing, exactly what it is that you ought to be doing in order to get into a better state of body and a better state of mind. And that just feels so good. Not only that, but that you're doing it for your coach, your mentor, your master. There's something about just having that wonderful, warm and masculine dominant force all around you, pushing you, pulling you, magnetizing you, drawing you even more towards it. Just makes it feel even better. Well, though maybe your time in the gym ought to be spent doing some cardio. Perhaps that's what you put your mind to. And so you might find yourself being pulled, drawn, even more as if some sort of force has possessed you to walk over towards the machines, maybe an elliptical, maybe a treadmill. Well, all you have to do is just to walk on that machine and begin your very first step, because as you begin that very first step, then something just seems to take over. Something just causes your mind, your thoughts, your cares, your worries, all of your objections just to melt away. They just melt away, and you're left with such a wonderful and nice and happy and a fulfilled feeling, knowing that you're doing exactly what it is that you should be doing in order to get into a better form, a better figure. And already you can see yourself just looking even better and more aesthetic. Already you can see big bulging muscles in your body. Already you see a leanness and a definition about you. Already you're becoming even more and more of a weightlifter dude. And there's something about it all that just feels so good, so nice, so wonderful, so natural. And it just makes you feel so wonderful that it's a good and a happy feeling of an intense motivation inside of you that builds up with each and every passing moment that you spend in the gym. As with each and every passing moment that you spend in the gym, you feel even more and more motivation just to come back into it. You feel as though you're drawn even further back into it. Well, that just feels so good, so nice and so wonderful that it'll become exactly what you'll do. At the next opportunity that you have to go into the gym, then you'll feel that magnetism, you'll feel that drive, you'll feel a desire, you'll feel something wrapping, grasping, clutching around the surface of your mind, pulling you, drawing you even more and even further and even faster into that gym. And as you work out, the more that you do, the better and better that you'll feel, and the closer and closer that you'll come to meeting all of your fitness goals. And now, to seal the deal, very soon I'll count you from 1 to 5, and as I do, then you'll feel yourself rising up that peculiar striped escalator. And once you reach the very top, then you'll leave a comment for me that says, "Yes, Master, I will go into the gym, Master." And when you do, then that feeling of motivation will just unleash inside of you and will be complete when you come up into that wonderfully nice half awake and half asleep state, and you leave a comment that says, "Yes, Master, I will go into the gym, Master." Well, then right in that moment, that will become the complete and absolute total truth, and that is what will seal the deal and will make you go into the gym. And as you go into the gym, then you feel such a wonderfully happy, uplifting, nice and pleasant feeling. You won't want to be doing anything else. Well, now then, I'll count you up. Beginning with 1, as you feel the beginnings of that lifting and rising and floating feeling. It just feels so good even now. 2, coming up even more and further and faster as you do. 3, already halfway there. 4, almost all the way back up now. And 5, eyes open and awake, my dudes. Alright, dudes, check out Dominicator.com to learn how to schedule a session with me to get hypnotized, and to check out my digital downloads as well. Join my Discord server. There you can gain early access to pictures and videos, and also be part of a thriving community of my followers. The link is below. Enjoy a thorough and productive workout, and I'll catch you later, dudes.